Well, we hear a lot of stories about arts and culture spaces under threat in Vancouver, but it's not every day we hear about an arts and culture organization proposing a 25-story high rise. Today, though, we have exactly that story for you. The arts organization is the Goh Ballet Academy, and they, along with developer Westbank, are proposing a 25-story tower for student housing at the Academy's location in Mount Pleasant. That's at 8th and Main Street. You may recognize the building on the west side of Main. Joining us is the artistic director and general director of the Goh Ballet Canada. Hon Goh is with us in studio this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
So,
Stephen.
so nice to see you, and we're not talking about the Nutcracker for a change. This tower would be a mixed-use space. You would maintain your current building, it looks like, as the podium of that tower. Is that right?
That's correct, yes.
So tell me about what it would, the mix works, what it would look like.
For sure. Thank you for having me here this morning. It's very exciting for me to share this news. We are proposing student residence on top of our current home. We've been in the Mount Pleasant area since 1985. And so this is very exciting, something that we've been working on for over 15 years, really. And so we would like to build on top and keep the original terracotta facade and enable up to 344 students to stay there.
And tell me about how you identified the need specifically for student housing. Why not just make this a development of either, rental units or condominium units?
Well, see, our family, we've been involved in dance for so long. And we've had the privilege of producing dancers who contribute to the arts and cultural scene in Canada and beyond. So since the founding of the school, it's always been a desire to be able to house more students. And with the the acclaim of the Academy, many more students would like to come and study here in Vancouver from elsewhere. But the question has always been, where do they stay?
Right.
And as a parent, I absolutely identify to that. If you look at other major cities in Canada, Montreal with Le Grand Ballet, Toronto with the National Ballet of Canada, Winnipeg with the Royal Winnipeg Ballet, they all have residences with their schools. And this is something that we would love to have on the West Coast.
Now, but you're talking about a building with how many units in it overall?
So the exciting part is that the building will not only house Goh Ballet students.
Right.
We hope to have the capability of housing 344 students, beds.
Right. And so this would be sort of like a dorm style, almost like a university residence sort of building.
Correct, yes.
Okay. And what proportion of those 340 odd students would be students who are there for the Goh Ballet?
We would have studios in the levels below,
Yes.
which creates such convenience and security, of course. And then we would have about 30 or 40 of those beds. And then beyond that, because of our location, we're very close to the Emily Carr, to SFU, and then with the SkyTrain station,
Right.
less than 2 blocks away, it's a fabulous location for students.
Now, would there be any other amenities for students? You're talking about the studios for the Ballet Academy, and then up to 40 units for students. But any other amenities that students might find in a regular student residence tower?
Yes, so common areas. There's going to be outdoor space on the roof. So we want to be able to provide things that will help them excel in whatever genre, whatever major of studies they are in. Students are the future of this country and beyond. And so, we have thought of that, and we'll be providing that.
So this would be unique. I mean, I don't know of any other sort of student dorm space that's in downtown Vancouver or, in the downtown peninsula of Vancouver that isn't affiliated with a major school or, university. What makes this possible now? You say you've been talking about this for some time. Why are you moving ahead now?
Well, the need has only increased, I think, and when it was brought so much to the focus of everyone's attention, how um, there is a student housing shortage, not only shortage but crises, really. Um, we thought this is the time to do it. We have the wonderful Broadway SkyTrain that
Hmm.
is going to be there, which will facilitate this. And we've been talking about it for so many years. And then the provincial legislation came about that we are, you know, able to build beyond above 20 stories. And
Hmm.
so, there's that financial realism there as well because of the heritage facade. It's going to be very expensive
Right.
to preserve.
Now, this proposal does exceed the Broadway plan's density and height limits, but because it's so close, because it's within that boundary of a SkyTrain station, you're allowed that extra height?
Well, this is something that we are working
You're
on.
negotiating that.
We are working on that. There will be many other buildings that will exceed our height
Yeah.
in that area. And we're getting good traction with the city so far.
And what would you be looking at as cost per unit, say like a monthly cost per unit? Because we know that in universities across Canada, I mean, it can go from anywhere as little as $600 up to about $1,500, and more if you've got a meal plan attached to that. What would you be looking at students paying for the accommodation?
Right. So that was the primary focus as well. Typically, there is always a financial constraint. And so we aim to keep the prices below market.
Hmm.
And so it's really hard to tell now because when you look at a project like this, probably wouldn't be ready for another 3-4 years, let's
Hmm.
hope, at the fastest, right? And so all of this construction costs and everything, but that's one of our missions, is to make it affordable.
But when you say below market, I mean, you're talking about basically a dorm room,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
And would there be would each room have its own bathroom facility?
Yes.
Yeah. Would there be any cooking facilities?
No,
No.
not in the rooms. No.
Okay. So then it is very much like a residence dorm room. So when you say below market, you mean below the average cost of a residence dorm room.
Hopefully, yes. That's what I'm comparing it to. Yes.
Okay. And now tell me what's next in this process then. The drawings are out there. The context of what the building would look like is out there. Where do you go next?
It's a bit of a waiting game right now, I think, for us. I think this is not my area of expertise, but it's with city staff now.
Okay. Well, we will continue to follow this. It's an absolutely fascinating proposal and really appreciate you coming in. Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to share this.
All right. You take care. That's Hon Goh, who is the artistic and general director of the Goh Ballet. And have a look at that proposal. It is quite something.